Recently, I did a video on legitimate reasons to hate Twilight. And the reason why I did that video is because I see a lot of mostly young men saying, vampires are supposed to be scary, not sexy, not romantic. Twilight ruined vampires. You know, first of all, tell me you have never seen a vampire movie or read a vampire novel or went to the library and checked out a book on vampire folklore without telling me. Yeah, that's not a legitimate reason to hate Twilight. Now, one of the reasons I listed, people have issues with because of the movies. And that is the fact that Stephanie herself has says that black people can't be vampires, which is 100 billion% not true, Stephanie. Now, to her, which remember, she is Mormon, and the Mormon church teaches that black people are the descendants of Cain and that their black skin is the mark of Cain. To her, when a vampire comes into being, all their imperfections are healed. Now, that should mean, like, if you have stretch marks, your stretch marks go away. If any part of your body is sagging, it's going to firm up without any plastic surgery. If you lost all your teeth, you're going to have a new healthy set of teeth grow. If you have acne scars, you no longer have acne scars. But to Stephanie, that means if you are any shade darker than pasty white, you're going to turn white. Because she is not a good person, just like J.K. Rowling is not a good person. And people are like, but the movies, but the movies, but the movies, but the movies. Adaptations change things. Adaptations change things. Sometimes for the better, most of the times for the worst. An example of the time the adaptation is actually better, go to YouTube, type in Lost in Adaptation, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, and watch Dominic Noble's video on that. And yes, Who Framed Roger Rabbit was originally a novel. The movie is so much better than the novel that even the author liked it better than his book, and he wrote a sequel based on the movie, not his original novel. Sometimes they will age down a female character, which I believe that I've never seen iRobot. I have not read iRobot, but I understand that they age down the female lead so she could be a romantic interest to the male lead. I believe that's the one. But, so they change things all the time. I mean, take Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. There is no Adam in the novel. Henry was actually a member of the Roanoke colony, and a vampire named Crowley decimated the Roanoke colony, turned Henry into a vampire, and also left Virginia Dare alive. But everybody else, Crowley ate. And in the novel, there's vampires who fight on the side of the North. There is no Adam in the novel. I'm glad that they put Adam in the movie because holy cow, is Rufus Sewell. That man is perfection. I want him in more vampire roles, please. Phantom of the Opera. Now, there's been a lot of adaptations of Phantom of the Opera, but the Weber version is the most popular one, the most well-known one. Sir Andrew Lloyd Webber took out the one character who wasn't white. That is the Dragoda, also known as the Persian. He's from Persia, obviously. Took out the one character that wasn't white and replaced him with a music box monkey and gave Madame Geary his role. In the novel, Madame Geary, she's just the keeper of box 5 and she's kind of dumb. She actually is kind of dumb in the novel. Also, Christine is a nearsighted blue-eyed blonde, yet almost every single adaptation, including the animated one from the 1980s, shows her as a brown-eyed brunette with perfect vision. And the nearsightedness actually plays a big role into why Eric was able to fool her like he did. It honestly does. So the fact that they cut that out kind of gives the whole thing a major plot hole. In The Wizard of Oz, it was the Good Witch of the South who greeted Dorothy. It wasn't Glinda. And the Good Witch of the South did not know about the magic shoes. She just knew that they were powerful, but she did not know that they could get Dorothy home. Wicked. Now, I'm going to give you guys spoilers because I know that there's a movie out. I've seen the musical and I've read the book. I actually prefer the novel. The novel does not have a happy ending. The novel does not have a happy ending, and the musical does. They gave the musical a happy ending, while the novel does not have a happy ending. They change things when they adapt them, whether they are for stage or screen. Sometimes for really good reasons, like budgetary constraints. Sometimes for really dumb reasons. I mean, take The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Every single adaptation, Phoebus is turned into the dashing hero, and Esmeralda and Quasimodo both live. In the novel, Phoebus, while stupid, is just as evil as Frollo. And he lets Esmeralda, well, he goes off and marries another woman for her money. Because Phoebus only cares about the green. He only cares about having a fat bank account. He doesn't care about Esmeralda at all. The only hero in that novel is Quasimodo. And again, it has an unhappy ending. It has a sad ending. Yet everybody wants to give it a happy ending. And that's not what happens. That's not what happens. So yeah, adaptations change things. The fact that they casted people who were black as vampires in the Twilight movies does not change the fact that Meyers herself claims that vampires can't be black. That being a vampire would automatically turn you white. Which, Stephanie, it doesn't work that way. Vampires come in a great variety of shades, okay? Maybe you'll actually listen to this because somebody who's pasty is telling you. Vampires can be any skin color, and they can be any gender, okay? And saying otherwise makes you a bad person. And that is a legitimate reason to hate Twilight. Thank you for once again attending my Vamp Talk.